Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where we make long and short-term investing simple. Let's get straight into today's video because I am very happy with the way that today played out, and it is exactly what I talked about in the previous video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But we are getting this kind of stall out, this loss of buying momentum. But before we get into that, I want to take a quick look over here at the Fear and Greed Index. And just like as I talked about yesterday, and I'll talk about today as well, we've been moving up at an extremely alarming rate. And not to say that's bad, that's fantastic, we're getting buyers back into the market. But again, everything needs to balance out, and the market is just a huge equilibrium. So right now, if we have, we pass through neutral and we don't even stay like more than a day in neutral, it's only a matter of time before we come back, spend some time in there, and that's when we start to move up to greed and extreme greed, and we see those all-time high breakouts over there. Let's take a look at the heat map today, and everything was super mixed. And if only someone suggested that to you yesterday, and that someone would have been me if you were watching the video yesterday. So let's take a look at the market over here and take a look at the price action over here. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? There's no difference between having, especially if you look out at a long period of time, you can see how smooth the market is for the most part. There's a lot of balance, and you can see that exchange with buyers and sellers, and you can see how money moves in the market. And especially when you're at these peaks where you have a lot of volume and a lot of volatility, they start to really show their true intentions and their true colors. For example, over here we're looking at the loss of either a loss of buyers or more sellers in the market. So let's take a look over here, and we can see this arc, right? You have this arc pattern, and that only tells me that we are ready to lose momentum and kind of come back for a pullback here. Now, why do I expect a pullback? Well, let's pop over to, let's say, triple Q. We'll take a look at QQQ over here, and there are so many gaps in the chart, it's not even funny. It's looking like a cheesecloth over here. We have a gap over here, we have a gap that covered over here, a gap over here, and that's just for one security here. This is a big index. If you take a look at other stocks too, like let's take a look at Meta. Meta has been flying up. You have a gap here, you have a gap over here. I mean, there are so many gaps. People look at NVIDIA as well. NVIDIA has been flying, and I mean, take a look at the period that it took for a stock, like let's say NVIDIA, and you can look at this for other stocks as well, their securities. Look at the period that it took for the market to fall into its downtrend, to the bottom of the downtrend there. This is about 4 months here. Yet, in about 1 month, 1.5 months, you have the market rebounding even faster than what it dropped at. And when you normally hear the saying, stocks, they take the elevator down and they take the stairs up, this is the complete opposite here. So again, this is not sustainable, this is not a sustainable bull market, and we have to balance out at some point. Now, maybe we do come back and we test this very strong support over here, but I do believe that we are going to get some gap fills there. And that's not to say that we're going to go into a bear trend, but it's just to say that we are losing momentum in buyers. We need to average down, and we need to take a look at balancing out over at support. Now let's pull back up our NASDAQ futures over here, and we'll keep a quick look at the Bollinger Bands as well, and we can see that we are almost in the end of overextended. If we take a look at the RSI as well, and I'll just pull it up real quick here, we'll pull up a look at the RSI and take a quick look here. I can already tell you exactly, it's overextended there. So I think it's just a matter of time before we close some of those gaps, especially if we're going to make all-time highs. There's a lot of bullish news in the market now, and before we make those all-time highs, it just makes sense that we fill our gaps. That way we don't have to come back and refill those gaps later on. But right now I am seeing a break there. So this is the trade plan here, and I'm going to make this very simple. If you are looking to go long, I mean, that's on you. You know what? Normally I give you two scenarios. I'll tell you the long and the short. I'm not really seeing a long option. Now, if you want to say that you want to hold over, you want to stay bullish above this support line over here at 21,220, that's completely fine there. But if we do get a break of this previous low here, today's low of day, right? If we do get a break of that, you can be looking to come back all the way down, fill some of these gaps down here, or even come back and touch support there. And support, this is a fantastic buying opportunity. Again, you want to take a look at the structure of the market over here. Higher highs and higher lows, nothing but it. And we're beating up previous highs as well. We are obviously in a bull trend there. And if you want to try and call a head and shoulders or whatever bullshit, you can go ahead with that, but have fun trying to short the market while we have this massive pump after this correction here. So we are way past the head and shoulders there, and we're only ready to go higher in the market, I believe. So again, don't have a bias, but do be reactive and wait for confirmation to execute your trade plan, because that's all it is. It's a game of patience, and you just gotta beat the market that way. But anyways, I'm holding in cash right now. I sold my NVIDIA position, I sold my Meta position, and I also sold my Microsoft position. All these positions were closed yesterday and the day before, and we made an absolute killing. On NVIDIA, we bought at this low over here, and we made about 40% in just a couple of weeks here. It was beautiful. Take a look at Meta as well. We made about 30% there. And same with Microsoft. People look at Microsoft, and I've been super bullish on Microsoft back over here when people are like, oh yeah, well, we're still at 2023 prices and we're going to go lower. But people look at this, 17%, and that's these are before any leverages, and I'm a leverage trader, but these are before any leverages. And again, like, look at Microsoft here, look at this gap. This gap is going to get filled, especially if we're moving to all-time highs. And people look at, again, support. Look at support over there, look how far extended we are. That's crazy. We are super extended. Let's see here. We're extended by 16%. That's ridiculous. So again, we will get those fills there. But regardless, if you are looking to get trades like this, and these are just side trades, these don't even include my main NASDAQ trades, come take a look at that link in description, wap.com/tnp-finance, and from there you'll get trade alerts to all the stock picks and all the trades that I take, including the take profit, including stop loss and risk management. And we're currently beating the market just off NASDAQ trade alerts alone by 131.36%. That's what we're up year to date. And while investors in the S&P are currently up 0.82 year to date, and we're almost halfway through 2025, we are absolutely crushing it and killing it as we normally do. So if you're looking for trade alerts, you're looking for stock picks for each month, and you're also looking for free one-on-one sessions when it comes to me teaching you anything that you want to learn about the stock market, come take a look at that link in the description. You won't regret it. But anyways, that's going to be a wrap for today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all. Take care.